Well, I'm finna do another quick video. This video is gonna be about the hero's journey. Um, this types of, I done a video about this before, and it takes place in real life. But the fact that it does take place in real life shows that it's not good. It's not good at all. In narratology, the study of narrative and narrative structure, and the ways that these affect human perception. It is an Anglicization of French narratology. Lineage is traced by Aristotle, Martin. Okay, so it's about narratives and scripting, narrative structure, and the ways that this affect human perception. Hold on. Theory. This is stuff like dealing with books and repeating cycles and stuff like that. Uh, is a common template of stories involving a hero who goes on an adventure. Now let's see. This is you see that's a circle. So you already know that it's probably not anything that's real good. It's it's like I said before, it's like scripting. It's like um if someone is put it like this right here, Adjustment Bureau. You know what you know. Um um if there were people who were very crafty and had a lot of information and a lot of time and resources, uh, they can make this happen, but they can target certain people for this to happen too. Now, the question is, you gotta ask yourself, why would they want this to happen to certain people? This is like what they did with this senator or whatever they did with this man. It had to be a reason why they would want this to happen. Whether it's beneficial to them, it had to be beneficial to them in some kind of way. So this is like, okay, call to adventure, supernatural aid, threshold guardian, threshold. Now, if you had in this part right here, the supernatural aid, that would have to work on something like a real spiritual level, like if you believe in angels and things like that, being some type of spiritual force, right? And but if it was something dealing with the way the world is structured, like streets and road signs and cameras on intersections and monitoring and cameras on computers, phones, listening, like that can be structured too. I mean, it can be done. It can be done, by the bureau in real life just by using what's already been created, the world we live in. So now, what I'm trying to figure out, like, It's just a theory of mine. If the abyss, look at this, death and rebirth. Now, I know a lot of people talk about this death and rebirth stuff. You know, it goes back to the Bible and it goes back to the death and rebirth cycle and what that is. So, goes back to the born again experience, right? Goes back to this, right? New birth, right? So all of this is on the hero's journey, right? Death and birth, the abyss, transformation. Then you have to make atonement. Then you get a gift of the goddess, what? And then return. See, this is now you can look online and see people running this same program type, script type, um, talk just online in certain parts of online different groups and communities, right? Now, so you would have to say that someone is targeting, right, people, challenges and temptations, all that. So so then you would have to go to this so-called different stuff they say like different chosen ones. How can someone be chosen? See, this type of stuff, when I hear people say this type of stuff, they say, if you call someone a chosen one to me, you make me seem like you've been plotting or watching these people for certain reasons. You've been watching their life, been plotting on these people for certain reasons, unbeknownst to this person. So that's why I say I don't get into this God and fate and God, fate, the universe is planning, ordering your steps, and all this foolishness because that takes away free will. That's saying that um, you really don't have any power over your life except for the controllers, the controllers, right? The bureau, and so this aid, this threshold, these helper, see right here, they have to work. They have to be with the bureau, right? So what I'm saying is, just because you see this thing right here operating in a circle or a cycle, this shows me right here that it is a script, right? It shows that someone else is controlling you, whether you know it or not. Not everyone wants to be a hero. What about that? Not everybody has the goal or the intention to be a hero. You get what I'm saying? So then now you gotta ask yourself, who are these people and what why are they so concerned about this character being a hero? To who? Who does it benefit? Right? So now memory is a very good thing to have. I say about I'm not one of them type of person that sit back and try to remember, whole books and all this weird stuff. I'm not on that, but remembering things and conversations and things that happened in the past and past life and how people try to steer you here and steer you there. And you have to ask yourself why. When I was young, I used to want to be a rapper when I was young. Also, when I was young, I used to, even, well, past about 8 years, that's when I got into that Bible stuff. I kind of wanted to dwell into that. Now I don't want to do none of that. I don't want to be no rapper, no preacher, um, none of that type of stuff no more. You see what I'm saying? I lost interest in it. It don't mean nothing to me. But see, the bureau is it's a reason why they do this. It's a reason why they try to script these things out, and it might be to protect themselves, right? So it's very. I've been thinking about it a lot. That's all. The abyss, death and rebirth, born again and death and rebirth, and all this mess. And if you've been through this stuff, you gotta ask yourself, what in the world is going on? You must ask yourself these questions, right? Because if you're being programmed, if then that means you don't like angel numbers and master number. I see these numbers all the time, but they don't mean nothing. Numbers don't have no meaning except for the meaning that you give them, right? Um, so this is programming. This is social engineering. This is controlling people through manipulation, right? So the bureau is manipulating events, right? So either it's supernatural, something that's out of your control that you couldn't stop if you wanted to, probably because you don't understand what's going on, or it's so-called helpers, right? The helpers working with the bureau. You get it? So, uh, I just, I was just thinking about this because I know I've seen a lot of stories by me just surfing the net, different people saying they've been through different stuff in their life and it led them this way or led them that way and led them to. And I ask myself, did those people even have a choice to be where they were led to? Was it of their own free will that they went to where they went? Or was it because of manipulation from the Bureau or something that's supernatural and out of their control? So I ask these questions to myself sometimes because, like I said, I do a lot of, uh, I try to anyway, I try to do a lot of remembering because the more I remember from my past, the more things begin to reveal themselves. You know, girlfriends from the past being led here and led there, and it's strange. It's strange, but that's all I have to say about this.